Welcome to the Rockwall Yellowjackets Midweek Report with head football coach Rodney Webb and J.J. Smith of the Rockwall News. Well, congratulations, Coach, on another thrilling victory, 38-27 over Jesuit. How's it feel to have won 9 games in a row?
Well, it feels really good. It's been a kind of a whirlwind, and it's hard to believe it's been really 10 weeks since we lost because there was an open week in there. But our team just is playing with a lot of confidence right now and feel like we're on a pretty good roll.
Yeah, it sure seems that way. Well, let's go back in the game to there were about 8 minutes left in the game, and you're behind by 1 point. I believe it was 24-23. How are you feeling? Were you feeling a little anxious? How were the players feeling?
Yeah, pretty stressed at that point. Pretty stressed. But at the same time, we've been in those situations before, and our team, we had a plan, and we knew that we had the ability to get down and score and retake the lead. We had a 2-point play queued up that we felt good about, and we knew we needed to get back up by 7. And so, Caleb Roach made the huge play, and that sealed the deal.
Yeah. Well, again, that offensive line helped him find a hole, and he, I believe he broke a couple of tackles and ran for a 50-yard touchdown.
Yep.
And, of course, he's broken a lot of long runs this year, hasn't he?
He has.
Yeah.
He really has.
Yeah. Well, I remember quoting you earlier in the week. It was a real heavyweight fight. Jesuit came in, 11-1? And so I think you also said that you really did think it would be a battle for 3 quarters, and then you hoped, I guess, that in that 4th quarter you'd take it over, and you did.
Yeah, really the way the game unfolded is how we sort of imagined it would. That when 2 really good teams played, it's just very difficult for one team to get too big of an advantage over the other during the course of the game. Jesuit, very, very efficient offensively, and they're very hard to get off the field, and they all year long they've had these methodical scoring drives where they chew up big chunks of time, and they did the same thing to us some of the time on Friday night. So we anticipated a close game that we would sort of grind out and win in the end, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, great victory. Now, besides that Caleb Roach run, were there any other key plays during the game that you thought really made the difference?
Well, one of the key plays was a punt late in the game when we were up 7 and had a 4th down and had to punt it back to Jesuit in the 4th quarter. And Jacob Viquez got a great punt off that we pinned him down on the 1-yard line. And that was huge because they had an opportunity at that point in time to score, to tie the game, or possibly take the lead near the end. But we made them go 99 yards to do it, and they couldn't get off their own goal line. So that was a very, very big moment.
Yeah, and now I think they threw several incomplete passes. You got the ball back. I wasn't able to be there. Was that a short punt that they made, or?
Yeah, really, really poor punt. Of course, when you're punting out of the back of your own end zone,
not a lot of room.
There's not a lot of room, and the guy had to get rid of it really fast, and he shanked it, and I think it was maybe a 18 or 20-yard punt.
All right, so that was a key too.
That was
then,
huge,
and the defense had kept him backed up there,
right.
And then Caleb ran it in for another touchdown, I think, for like 8 or 9 yards.
Yes.
So, well, thrilling. So, do you expect another thrilling game this week against Spring? I believe Spring, they're 11-1 too, aren't they? Or
yeah, and really, their only loss was a double forfeit in a game that bench clearing brawl erupted in the rivalry game against Spring Westfield High School, and so they had to end the game, and they just called it a double forfeit. So really, in reality, they have not lost a game other than by forfeit this year. So they're a very good team, very talented, tremendous team speed, very veteran team. Defensively, they're almost all seniors. The defensive line is really, really good. Big guys that can really run. So we've got our hands full. But as I told our kids, at this point in the playoffs, everybody's good, us included. So
how do you prepare for them? I see you looking at video and things like that. I mean, but how do you get scouts out there to scout Spring?
Well, the scouting anymore sort of has a minimal impact because we get video on every game. and the video is pretty high quality these days.
Oh, okay.
So in-person scouting, we still do that, but what you do when you send people to scout a game is you're looking for things you wouldn't see on film. The tempo of the game, what's happening in between plays, how fast is it happening? Sometimes, if there are injuries, you don't know. A guy disappears from film. Was he injured? What happened? Why is he not in the game anymore? The wind, a lot of times a guy gets a 60-yard punt. Well, was the wind a factor on that punt? Yeah. Same things with kickoff, field goal, and extra points. So, those are the things you look for in person. Everything else we get off film. And film study is that dominates most of a coach's time. And I know for myself, it's pretty much all I do. When we're not practicing or preparing for practice, whether I'm at home or the office, I'm watching video and trying to just glean any little thing that we can. And you look for ways to scheme people, but you also look for their strengths and weaknesses and their technique, and how do they play, and what are their keys and things like that. So there's a lot that goes into watching video for sure.
So are your assistant coaches watching video as well?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Everybody. Yeah.
What about the players? Are they watching video as well?
Yeah, we send video out to our kids of the opposing team.
Okay.
So they have the opportunity. Some take full advantage of it, some not so much, but we do give them that opportunity.
All right. Well, we are confident you're going to win again this week. So this is against Spring, and you're going to Waco, right?
Yeah, we played Friday night at Waco ISD Stadium. It's right off the interstate in the south part of Waco, in the new road exit, and it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a little chilly, maybe a little bit wet, but as I've been telling people all week, it's not every year that you have an opportunity to play in a game like this, and so we're going to take full advantage of it, and we would love for the community to take full advantage of it as well, and show out and support the local team.
Well, I was over with the Jacket backers when they were rooting you on when you left the school, last week before your game, and I can tell you're going to get a lot of Jacket backers there at the game. They were talking about a caravan down to Waco. So,
there's going to be another send-off this week on Friday. Our team leaves at 1:45 p.m., and I know that in the front circle of the school there's going to be another big community send-off.
Good,
so anybody that wants to be there, even if it's people that can't make it to Waco and want to come up and help cheer on the team as they leave town, that would be awesome.
Great,
so,
we'll be there then.
All right.
We'll get some photos and some videos. So,
very good.
Well, we wish you the best. Good luck to you. And how do we typically end these?
Jacket fight never dies.
There we go. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.